Cool. So you already know I gotta share my shit first. Tap in, tap in. So if y'all is tuned in right now, y'all already know y'all can catch one of the best live interviews, baby. Okay. So we live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So make sure y'all tap in. Y'all already know I gotta share my shit first because y'all like to play. So you know. Robin E. Oh, I'm sorry, E93 Robin. That's me on Twitter. So make sure y'all tap in as well. Oh, you know what? Let me add my other one. Okay, cool. So make sure y'all share this video, man. I see a few of y'all tapping in. Go ahead and share this video for your girl. We live with it. Even though my guest ain't here in the building, it's all right, y'all. Y'all know I live out in the country now, okay? Live far, apparently. But we're going to rock it anyway. Shout out to the #1 Lake County page. Y'all always show me hella love. Make sure y'all tap in and share this video. And we live on Twitter with it. That's like gospel. Who playing some gospel? Okay. All right. Oh, my Facebook is tweaking. Okay. All right, we lit. What's up, everybody? Robin in here checking in on another episode of Pillow Talk, man. As always, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me like you do, okay? Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter, E93 Robin, of course. That's where I talk all my shit. So y'all might want to tune in. Super excited today to have this guest in the building. Well, he's not really here, but he here, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't gonna flex. I seen him perform live once and I was instantly hooked. Okay, it's not a lot of artists that can do that. A lot of y'all perform live and y'all, you know, you need work. But this one, he got it down to a T. He dropped a big visual and I've been blasting it back and forth, but I'm gonna definitely let y'all converse with my boy, man. We got Cassius Tae in the building. What's good?
Cracking. It's crazy. Like, I remember, you know, at the show we first met, I was definitely super excited to come on because of your energy. But I think like once I started seeing like what you was doing with different guests, it made me more like inclined to want to come on because it was like, oh, I could see that you care about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times people did be wanting to do this, but it's like, I don't know, it'd be like a lazy way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or the ones who really doing it, it's like, man, they not really as accessible once they get to a certain point. They only start fucking with like certain tier artists from Chicago instead of like reaching back to the ones that, you know, needed platforms like them to get to that tier. So it's just like, man, like I think that's honestly like why one of the reasons why I'm like so happy to be on here, or I was excited to do it. Like you did, I'm like, bro, I've been wanting to do this shit. Like since you told me about it, but
yes.
yeah, no.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. I appreciate that because I do love to do the shit. And I do try my hardest to reach out, to people I really want on the show. Like, please come on my
Yeah,
show. Please come on my show. So this was long overdue, but I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We made some time. Okay, Cassius, I'm happy to have you.
yeah. No, I appreciate you a lot for real.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Now I gotta know,
Hmm.
before we get into the nitty gritty, what's the story behind the name? Because that reminds me of like Muhammad Ali or something like that. So I gotta know a little bit of the backstory.
Yeah, so honestly, so look, right, when I was like 16 is when I came up with the name, and I was like, man, I went through probably like the worst rap names, you know what I'm saying? Worse than
Oh
any.
damn.
I had some like wild rap names. Some of my shit was fly though, but it was like, some of my, okay, so look, this is how Cassius Tae came about. So my birth name is Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? So my first rap name was Young D because I was like the youngest nigga on the block, but like a lot of niggas' names, you know what I'm saying, had the first name D, so I was just Young D. You feel me? So that was
Okay.
my first rap name, but it felt like I don't know. At the time, it wasn't cool. It was like how everybody had young, how everybody got little now. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
like, damn.
Facts.
So as a kid, so everybody just called me D. But this shorty, she used to call me Tay because she wanted to separate. She wanted to be like, this is what I'm gonna call you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It was like shit, okay. But then everybody started calling me Tay, so it felt more like a name. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, man, telling my mom's like, man, I always want a rap name that's like my part of my name in it because I don't want it to feel like fictitious when you listening to me. You know, so I felt like
Mm.
realism is always the most important thing in my music. You know what I'm saying? And this is the time like when I was listening heavily to J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Lil Wayne. All these niggas got their name in their rap name. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I'm like, well, at the time, even still now, like I really looked up to Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole mantra of like wanting to be the greatest. And before I was like super into astrology and shit like that, not saying that I am at all, but I would hear that Capricorns are very like driven and ambitious, and I'm a Capricorn. His whole mantra
Okay.
was like he's the greatest, you know what I'm saying? And so I kind of just took Cash's uh, Clay and it took Clay off and put Tay, you know what I'm saying?
Love
And
it.
I heard it. I heard somebody say the name Cassius Clay in the song, so I was like, "Well, it sounds good in the song." And my homie, he's like a supermarket genius even to this day. But when we was young as fuck, he'd tell me he's like, "Pick a name that you could see on Billboard." And so I kind of just like
Mm.
photoshopped the shit on Billboard, and I was just like, "Damn, they look good," you know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
that's kind of how the name came about. Just like the whole mantra of like being inspired by, you know what I'm saying, wanting to be the greatest. And I think the greatest as time went changed, it would be like me showing like I feel like I can rap better than all y'all niggas. So it's like
Mm.
skill sets I have to be better at than certain niggas. But I think after a while it just came to be like, um, man, just always giving my best effort. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Kind of like that book, The Four Agreements. The last agreement is like,
Oh, you quoting books, Lord? Okay,
yeah,
Lord.
you know, the last agreement is my bad, niggas is tearing it up. Yeah, you know, that's just, you know, niggas in Bronzeville. But yeah, so the last agreement was like always try your best. So and,
Yes, I love that. First, I knew it was something with Muhammad Ali because when I
yeah,
I hear that, I instantly think of Cassius Clay for sure.
hmm
But I love that. I think that is a name you can definitely see on the billboards. Okay,
yeah, definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I love that. So you feel like you're going to be one of the greatest? Are you already one of the greatest?
I feel like I'm already one of the greatest now. I think it's just like, you know, the world catching up. You know, I
Oh,
feel like I'm at a point or close to a point where I feel like my whole goal is to make music that like when I was seven, when I was like 8 years old and like or 9 or 10 or whatever, 12, whatever, like during those times when I was discovering like who was my main artist, like from seventh grade to like my freshman year of high school, like that I'm gonna ride with forever. Like I said, like the Drakes, the Kendricks, the Coles, you know what I'm saying?
okay.
It was like eighth grade, freshman year. And I always tell myself like man, like I want to make music for that person, like you know what I'm saying, like the
Mm.
person that I was, you know, or even when I was 16, or you know, times in my life, and I think, yeah, I think I always just feel like I do a great job at like aiming for that, like you know, kind of like
Yeah.
never get that feeling again of what it was like when we first heard Drake,
Right.
first heard Kendrick. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So I'm just honestly excited to give, a group of people that same feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I say. So yeah,
Absolutely. I love it. I
yeah.
love it. I definitely think you are one of a kind for sure. I can see you having longevity in the music game for
I
sure.
appreciate that a
So
lot.
you represent Chicago. You hailing from the city.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Can you just
Yeah.
give me one thing that you really love about your city?
I feel like probably the probably the competition, but the community of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of times like people always express the hate that they see with
Mm,
Chicago, but it'll be a lot of love too. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like
facts.
niggas will see you do something like, damn, bro, that shit was hard. That shit made me wanna, you know what I'm saying? But it's like friendly though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the sense of like that shit was mad inspiring. And I think like when I see a lot of people when I look, you know what I'm saying, to my left and my right, that are in music, in Chicago or just in the art scene, like that support from being driven by greatness. It's just like you
Mm,
never know how far like you can really push until you see somebody else take it another level. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
yeah.
I don't think fucking Steve Jobs would have been on his level without Bill Gates. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
speak
Like
on it. Speak on it.
I mean like seeing somebody like that, or if we just keep it in our community, like Serena might not have been as good without Venus. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I
Venus
think
don't get a lot of clout. She don't get a lot of coverage, but she's very
exactly.
important.
It very, very important. You know what I'm saying? Insane. She wouldn't have done things without Serena. So I think that's one of my favorite things about Chicago. Yeah.
Yes, you definitely got to be on your P's and Q's out in the city. You got to get that hustle, about you. You can't be afraid to conversate, talk to people.
Nah,
That's for sure. You got to put yourself out there.
you do because it's like it's a lot of people that's trying to do what you're trying to do. That's not to say that like they doing
Hmm.
it better, but like niggas will get more looks than you just by just like trying to get the look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you just afraid to get seen. It's kind of like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Being an artist, it takes a lot to push yourself out there, whether it's like the actual creation or asserting yourself as a brand. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's kind of like at that point, then you just gotta assess like what's your end goals. Like I know
Yeah.
my goal is to do like stadium tours and shit, and I can't do that just like
Absolutely.
sitting behind the. It's only very few artists who do that. Like a Bryson Tiller just made it that far being quiet, but that's
You're
just
right.
you know what I'm saying.
Right. Absolutely. I tell you that. I'm not from the city, and people always think I'm from there because I be real in
It's
people's
how
face.
you
But
be.
I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
just trying to sell myself. So I feel you with that. I definitely feel you with that.
yeah.
So I know you mentioned J. Cole and Drake and everything, like,
Yeah.
but what was the one album, if you had to say right now that you have that is no skips? What's one album you got that's no skips?
I'll definitely say Blueprint off top.
Oh,
Blueprint. I think without the blueprint, I definitely wouldn't. I don't want to say I wouldn't rap the way I do, but I wouldn't have wanted to rap. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
I think like albums like So Far Gone and a Warm Up, they are no skip albums to me, but those two albums together is Cassius Tae, in my honest opinion. But like the Blueprint is like, it's a couple Kanye albums too. But when I look at like the reason why it's no skips is because when I listen to Jay Z talk about how to make albums, I watched him talk about how he was teaching Rihanna when he first signed her to Def Jam, and
Mm,
I think just like the way that he decides to start climactic. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think of like an album like a movie of your favorite hero, so you will always see them on top. You never start the movie with the hero at the bottom. And then they run into the conflict. And then it's like, okay, how do they come from this conflict to come back to being higher than they was when you first seen them? You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So yeah, I think that's probably like my mission every project, like that I've made
yeah.
to have that formula. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You getting real deep with it, okay? We getting pictures and scriptures. No, I'm just kidding. But I love that though. I
Yeah.
love that. I love how expressive you are because it seems
Yeah.
like you really take your shit serious. And I can't say that about a lot of artists. So I love that you really going into detail with it. So
Yeah.
growing up for you, did you always feel like you were going to be doing music? Was there another profession you wanted to pursue, or was it always music?
Man, I wanted so when I was a kid, I wanted to go to the NBA. Just like everybody else watching Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is somebody else I looked at more than Muhammad Ali, but it was like nothing I can pull from Michael. I used to tell people my name was Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying, as a kid.
Oh, Lord, I thought you was lying to these folks.
Yeah, I don't know if they call me Mike, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. But I would say probably when I was like 5 or 6, I was teaching myself how to draw. And so then I became like a self-taught artist. I would say probably like 6th grade, I was like, damn, I want to work for Marvel. You know what I'm saying? I want to have my own character. And so I think without that, I don't think I would have been as good at rapping without understanding the storytelling element. Because I used to write comic books. And in my reading class, my teacher, I used to make issues every month, you know what I'm saying? One issue.
Okay, yes. Black author, we see you.
You know what I'm saying? And she used to be like, at the end of every Friday at the end of the month, she would let the class read it, you know what I'm saying? She had to stop letting them because I had too many typos, so I couldn't spell. You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead. Typo stop.
But I wanted to work for Marvel. That was like my initial dream.
Wow, that's super dope. That still would have been a raw ass profession too. G, okay, so you had a superhero that you had made already.
I had a superhero I had made. Well, let me tell the story. So
I mean, we maybe we want to know who the superhero was.
So the superhero in my mind, I thought I made it. I don't know if I made it at the time or not. I have to go back and check. But the superhero's name was Black Lightning, and then a couple years later I found out. But I wasn't growing up. So okay, look. So I don't know if I'm okay. Let me just say it, so people may not know. I'm super into vintage collecting too. You know what I'm saying? So I've been collecting vintage like clothes and shit like that probably since I was 16, but I started collecting at like 6, just vintage items. My uncle was an artist as well. He went to the Art Institute in Chicago, and he had a huge comic book collection. I'm talking about like I could stack it like 4 or 5, 6 times high on the ceiling, and it's not done. So he gave them to me. You know what I'm saying? But he was heavy into Marvel, but my favorite hero was Batman. So Batman and Superman were the only DC comics I had. Black Lightning is a DC character, so by me being heavy into Marvel, I didn't really know, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really care. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, a fan of that. So, I just was like, shit, it ain't a Marvel character, it's my character.
Fuck that shit.
That's pretty much how that shit happened. But
damn,
he wasn't none of the old comics I had, so.
That's dope. No, that's raw as hell. Like for real. That's raw as fuck. Like for real. You already been in the artistic realm. So I like that. That's dope. You might need to revamp that comic. You need to do a visual doing a comic or something. Okay, let me shut up. That's me doing content. I'm like, shit.
That's all good ideas. My brother, he shoots all my videos, and sometimes we talk about ways to incorporate that. One time we did a video, and it had like a kind of comic book theme to it, but based on like our graphic design skills at the time, I didn't land it. We landed it pretty great, but we know we could do something better. You know what I'm saying? So,
thanks. That's dope as hell. I love that. I love artistic Black because there's so many variations of it. People think there's only one way to be Black, or Black people only have certain hobbies and interests. You know what I'm saying? So I just love that you like, hey, I love comics, and this was some shit I was really finna do. Because I would have been raw, like for real, G. Like I probably still would have interviewed you, like you doing.
Nah, we wouldn't have been talking about music, but I mean, we probably would have because
it would have slid in there. Yeah, I love that though. I love that. What was the first song though? What was the first song that you actually made once you started doing music?
Man, the first song. So look, my brother, he was the reason why I started rapping. He started rapping at 7. I was 8. We 15 months apart, and he was doing shows at like 7, and like real ass rapper. And then I remember one day we was in the room. I don't remember the name of like the song, but he was writing the song, and I started freestyling. And I said something about something big bad wolf, something. All I remember is the niggas was screaming. You know what I'm saying? And what let me know I wanted to rap. I could never get that feeling through drawing. You know what I'm saying? It was like how he reacted. Like people will look at, that's like when you look at art, you go to a show, how you marvel at it is different the way you marvel at an artist. It's like, damn, like you excited, you know what I'm saying? And the energy they give back, that's just like electrifying. I think it made me want to be better. A lot of times, like comic book artists, um, they see the fans later on. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Like, damn, I had no idea. Niggas in music is like that too, but like niggas not standing on stage drawing. You feel me? Or having a story on.
Hell
People who
no.
get into love is like the actors that's acting these characters. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
make me believe you were Batman or you were, but like the actual creators, we
Mm-hmm.
don't praise them unless it's like a Stan Lee or somebody. But
Thanks.
yeah, so
Thanks.
that was the
Okay.
song, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. That I wish I would have known what the name of that song was. No, you was 8. You really wouldn't think about the name of
Yeah,
the
I
shit. But
wish
no,
I.
that's dope. So you wasn't scared when you did the freestyle. You just that shit just came out like.
I was definitely terrified because I didn't want to feel like I was stepping over his thing. I mean,
Mhm.
at that point, I was already trying to rap to myself. But
Okay.
when I finally got the courage to do it in front of him, I just never forgot I was standing on the bed, so it felt like I was already on the fucking stage. Like,
Okay, you was already in mode.
you know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, I'll never forget the name. I'll never remember the name of the song, but I'll never forget the day that clicked. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing that shit. It's over with. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But,
raw. I love that though. Shout out to your brother because it seemed like he played a big part in you doing your music for sure.
yeah, I think definitely, and I think me doing music played a big part in him wanting to video, just
Okay.
because. I mean, like I said, I'm heavy into Batman, so he was too. I was Batman. He was always Robin. A lot of our family members still call us that, but
Oh.
he started making movies off of seeing like Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight.
Mm.
So my grandma brought him like them like flip cameras when we was like 13 or something like that. And my mom was at work and she found all this baby powder in the sink because he was acting, you know. And 'cause he put it on his face, and that turned into like shooting music videos. But yeah,
That's
like
dope.
yeah,
I love that. Okay, family affair. It's the creativity for me. I love that. I love that. So you
absolutely.
are an artist, you're a model, you know what I'm saying? You a
Mhm.
fly guy. You do a lot of fly shit.
Appreciate you.
You do a lot of fly shit. And you've been, dropping some new visuals. You got the Wave Runner visual that's out
Yeah,
right now. But I want to talk about Alone in the Blue Hour.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. This was one of my favorite like albums, EPs, whatever you want to call it this year. No cap. I
Appreciate
have been telling people about you, and I just think this was a really just nice piece of work that you put together. Like everything about it is very authentic and it's very different, but it's
you.
very true to you.
Yeah.
So, the people got to know what's the concept behind Alone in the Blue Hour.
So Blue Hour is okay. By me modeling, I take pictures a lot, so I understand like certain concepts, and a concept is Blue Hour. You know how you have sunrise, you know what I'm saying? Like Blue
Yeah.
Hour is like the time before. It's like 20 to 30 minutes before sunrise and 20
Mm,
to 30 minutes after sunset. But I was more so basing it on going into sunset because you know during the time of the pandemic you had nothing to do but just sit in the house and think all day. And
facts.
so while your thoughts started getting better, but as the night hit, that's when like your darkest thoughts started coming. You know what I'm saying? So at least for me, and things that I was seeing, how people was sharing how they was feeling on the internet, and so yeah, I was feeling like very, I was feeling like very treated cold hearted by certain people during this time frame as well. I'm sure I'm not the only person during the pandemic who realized people who will be in their life and who won't be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Hmm.
everybody had a new switch of people, and I would say during that time. I was really feeling alone, and I would really think about it during the night because it's like I would I was used to either catching up with people, going outside, calling them on the phone. It's like I'm not really
Hmm.
hanging around the same people talking about the same shit,
Yeah.
or it's like people I want to tell shit to I don't really want to. I feel like I can't because like, damn, I don't really know these people no more, or I
Mm.
don't know if I feel comfortable saying certain shit. So I kind of the basis of it of writing it started from a breakup. You know what I'm saying? I guess from like a nigga's perspective, all the other thoughts just come.
Hmm.
Wave Runner is the intro because it's like you know, I think, any guy's first mindset when some shit like that happens is just to turn up, not on necessarily the person, but for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Kind of
Mm-hmm.
like how, not saying like 100% of all women do this, but like you'll see a woman go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm about to look better than I was when this nigga see,
Yeah.
same shit, you know what I'm saying? Basically just, it was like kind of like a reboost of ego, but I think like the next song after that is called Trouble, and it's basically just about, okay, now that I'm feeling myself, I'm gonna just start saying how I feel, and I know I'm gonna start
Mm.
saying shit that fuck around to get me in trouble for saying too much of how I feel. Like you might not like it, or I might say certain things to certain people that shouldn't be in the business. And then the third track, Scoop, is basically about, okay, to not think
Sneaky
about,
link. That's a sneaky link.
you know what I'm saying? Scoop, sneaky link is,
Sneaky link.
you know what I'm saying? At this time, it's
One
like,
of my
all right,
favorites on the
fuck this
album.
person. I'm about to go slide on somebody who been wanting me. And then after that, the rest of the project just unfolds from like those other emotions. But those three songs are kind of like the basis of, you know what I'm saying, that feeling of being alone and just nighttime feels. And I needed music to drive to at night to think to, and I feel like I went
And
on the
it's
one.
perfect for that. I'm trying to tell you, G, when I'm smoking, riding, G, I'm
Yeah,
playing Scoop.
yeah,
But I'm not gonna lie, my favorite song was the bonus song,
yeah.
Missy.
Oh my God.
Sir,
Crazy.
sir, sir. Who
I
broke
forget,
your heart, sir? Who did
man.
that, sir? Who did that, sir?
It's crazy as fuck. Like when I wrote that song, like, oh my God, like
Nigga, I heard that shit. I was like, oh my God.
yeah,
I think
that's,
I missed somebody. Let me go through my shit.
that's definitely one of my favorite songs because
I
it's
love
like
that song.
most of my songs is like about, you know what I'm saying, the block or whatever, and growing up and shit like that, and things that we went through and wild shit that we did. But I think having like a female audience has always been super important to me. You know what I'm saying? My first favorite rapper was Tupac. He did that shit so well. I'm talking about
Okay.
balance was crazy. And I feel like the main thing that I picked up from Pac, whether he was talking about his niggas, the block, women he liked, women that fucked him over, shit that pissed him off, he was just like not afraid to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with Miss Me, my goal was to write shit that made me feel like, should I say this? You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Like, and anytime I thought about it, I was like, no, I'm gonna keep that line. You know what I mean?
mm.
And I don't, know to this day if the person heard the song or not, but
They
yeah,
heard that shit.
yeah, they might have.
They heard that shit.
I at this point it wouldn't make me no difference. At the time it wouldn't make me no difference either. But I do think that like before I put it out, I felt like it needed a little bit more like vulnerability. But I only wrote it partially because I was getting so many calls and DMs and texts about expectations people had. Like, I can't wait to be in my feelings to this shit. Ooh, ooh. And I'm like, damn, like I don't even know if I wrote enough for niggas to,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying?
To cry it out.
Yeah. So I was like, well, all right, let me go say some shit that I was just gonna keep to myself on a song. Yeah.
Mm.
When I
I
heard the
love
beat,
that.
that's what it was. So
I love that. No, it's real shit. That is one of my favorite songs off the album. Another one of my favorite songs this year. Women love vulnerability. Don't let the internet send y'all off, okay? Women like
yeah,
vulnerability. We like niggas to lay it on the line sometimes. Sometimes it's worth it.
yeah,
But
some
I could just hear
worth.
you contemplating in a song, kind of, going back and forth. It's just like it was just very refreshing to hear that. And not on some like fuck you, bitch. Like just on some
Yeah,
damn, I'm thinking about your ass. Like, why you had to do some stupid shit? Like I
yeah.
felt that.
I definitely recorded it. So in the hook, I was saying like how asking a person if they miss me, and I was saying I had a dream about them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I wrote it the morning I woke up from having a dream, and then the next day I recorded it. So
Mm.
the emotions and the tone and the delivery was so fresh that it felt like, damn, I know I don't talk to you. And it was funny because the person DM'd me the morning I went to go record it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, well,
Okay.
although I didn't like say shit, you know what I'm saying, at the time, it was like, well, I could use that emotion to just, for the recording,
Yeah.
I would like say. So yeah.
Man, they listened to that shit. Whoever it was, they listened and they was like,
Yeah.
damn.
They
Like, I fucked
probably
up.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
No,
I'm
I
just
love that. I love that. That's super fire. I think the whole, EP, the whole project is just really dope. And it's
yeah,
just authentically crafted. Like I said, that's something to me that just really stood out this year as far as, independent artists, Chicago artists, Midwest artists. That was something to me that just stuck. So I do want y'all to see a little bit of this wave runner video because I got a snippet because the people listen. I just, where was my invite, Cassius? Because it looked like it was a family affair. Y'all was kicking it. It was drinks. You was shimmying. I just don't understand why I wasn't invited.
I ain't gonna lie. At that time, I didn't know you'd be back and forth from the city. It's crazy. After that shit happened, I started seeing you. I started seeing, probably paying attention, I should say, seeing more clips of you, at the juice room. So, damn, why didn't I?
You know what I'm saying? I could have. I seen you. That was that Kappa. Though. We don't get to that though. But let me play a little bit of this video for y'all real quick. This is Wave Runner, y'all. Check my man's out because Cassius was hitting the shoulder. Check him out.
Hey, Cassius Tae, hey, we ain't gonna never stop getting to this motherfucking money, man. Niggas know what the fuck going on, man. Ain't no time to play with these niggas, man. Hey, Cassius, let's talk to these niggas, man. Hey.
Okay. Giving all that love when you fuck. Niggas getting dressed without the pump. Shit can get you hurt, my love. Sagittarius in my Venus. Careful how you really serve me up. Cold-hearted, cold blood. Killed them cold red, Conan. Hit my late show. Never told them hold up. God called me to do what I does. Almighty, we too clicked up. Sky dweller like tourists up. I roll in a Lex. Cost like 66 bucks. Something I'll just get once maybe. It ain't no big rush. I got some plans for other things. I need bands, not them shiny things from wedding rings. Do what I can to heaven sing. Kerosene when I set the scene. Course niggas on carousels, it's a high horse. It's shame that them be them niggas you ride for. I just caught the wave, oh. I just caught the wave, oh. I just caught the, oh yeah. I just caught the wave, oh. Just stay in your place, oh. When I come around, when I
Nah, cause listen. Y'all look like y'all was having a good ass motherfucking time, okay? It's the shoulder. It's the.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know what got it to me. That's crazy as hell, but like
that drink, that blue juice. No, I don't know.
Hey, it was definitely a lot of festivity. You know what I'm saying? Lick was there, sponsored by everybody that came through. Everybody was lit, but it was, man, that shit was like a good ass day. It was like,
okay.
Man, I just wanted my folks to come out and have a good time. We shot it in August, so I knew it was like, man, it's some end of the summer vibes. So, we might as well just, have a good time. But I had a feeling like it was hot as fuck, but at the same time it wasn't. But I had a feeling I was going to release it in November. So it's like, man, let me wear this long sleeve, you know what I'm saying? So it don't look weird as fuck when I release it.
Not you was hot. You said let me wear this long sleeve. Not you was.
I was hot. I ain't going to even stun. I wasn't sweating and no shit like that. I don't know how the fuck I was
dead.
Poised as hell. Then I threw on a crew neck later on. I had shorts. On in the beginning, so it's like a group of pictures I haven't been using because it's like that shit gonna look weird.
I'm dead as fuck.
Yeah, so I only been using the.
That's all right. That's all right. You was thinking ahead.
I was like, shit. It don't matter what they got on because they lit. You feel me? So, but it's me.
I love that. That's a fire ass video. You smiling, you jigging. Everybody looked like they was having a good time. Like, I really, really love that visual. Like, you did your shit with that. I really love that. So, if we had to kind of take it back to Roses that you dropped in 2019, how would you say that you've grown as an artist from then to now?
Honestly, man, it's crazy. Like when I released Roses, so it's this guy. His name is Flaw. He's like super influential in my life, and he has basically steered me in the direction of how to release music and basically, I would guess, structure songs. You know what I'm saying? The structured song was better, and I think with Roses, when I was releasing the snippets, I had like a stripped down version of it. You know what I'm saying? I took the sample out and I was just rapping over the bass and the drums, and then when the song dropped. I don't know, sometimes I do that shit with releases. When the song dropped, it was the full song, but it ain't sound as epic to him. So he was like, man, I feel like you had me thinking you was finna do some wild shit. Not saying it wasn't wild, but how you sold it was different than how it happened. Now that shit is but the way you did it, so he was telling me ways that I could have done it. You know what I'm saying? And telling me ways that I could have stretched like the roses rollout as far as like handing people roses, just the whole idea of like giving they flowers. The song is basically about like essentially coming from a place and understanding that I'm a rose, you know what I'm saying, myself, like how, you know, Tupac's concept, the rose that grew from the concrete. And talking about all this wild shit, but also understanding like because we come from certain places, like it's important to give people their flowers while they're here because you never know.
Facts.
So that was kind of like the double side of it. But because, you know, when you're an independent artist, because of things like that, you don't have time to stretch rollouts as much, or you probably can't. And you just tell me different ways that I could. And I think as an artist, aside from just the writing of music, also kind of fake bothered me that I never put a hook on it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But
He said that shit fake bothering me.
yeah, it bothered me in ways it does and doesn't. But I think as an artist, outside of just writing the song, I think I've gotten better at storytelling the idea behind the song. You know,
Okay.
to have people, well, you know, even like Alone in Blue Hour, I've been stretching that shit since forever. You know what I'm saying? Just and it's so many different ways, spinning it so many different ways, just retelling it because it's like I remember telling it, but people might forget. So it's
Right.
just, you know, there's always new material to tell people what it is. You know, so,
Right.
and yeah, so that's one way I got better, just expressing and telling the story more.
Facts. I love that. And I mean, it's only been a couple years since then, but already, you know, you can see the growth. So it's always important to just reflect on where you were before and how you are now. Cause I feel like, yeah, you have mastered how to work the concept in all angles. Like you did the shirts as well, you know, which I think was very smart, and it just played up more into, you know, the marketing for your album. But you designed that? You had drew the hearts out? You had designed it?
So I didn't airbrush it, but I did design it. Just send it to the guy to airbrush.
Okay, that's fine.
It would be nice if I was at the point where I could. I had originally had a different design that I had graphic design, but I didn't think it was strong enough.
Okay.
And it kind of came about on some fuck it, let's just try it. You know, it was actually for another idea, but the song that it was originally for is coming out in February. And I was like, damn, I don't know if motherfuckers gonna rock airbrush shirts in February. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So yeah,
They might, it's Valentine. They might want to do the dream shots throwback. I don't know.
That's how it looks. It's on some Valentine's Day looking shit, you know. But it's crazy. I wore it when I was in LA. I was getting so many compliments on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to, it was like, I don't know, like niggas can't really get this shirt off just like in the winter. It's cold as fuck. So I could be, you know, probably just doubting myself. And
no, you are. I need me a shirt, so I'm gonna put me an order in because I need me one.
I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I need me one. But I love that. A lot of artists don't think, you know, about just really making it be a whole concept. So, you know, I had to throw that out there, y'all. He does have shirts, okay? Make sure you guys, I do got his IG scrolling there, so tap in and make sure y'all check out them shirts.
Appreciate it.
So, I know you just had the holiday and everything like that. I hope your holiday was good. You know, Christmas is coming up next. So, it's only right that I ask, you know, if you do anything special for Christmas. Do you have any traditions that you do?
So my family, we usually open up one gift on Christmas Eve, and then we will watch The Christmas Story as a family.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been doing that shit for a long time, like my whole life. And then we typically make either a gingerbread house that night, or my mom, she makes like homemade hot chocolate, you know what I'm saying? So to see,
y'all fancy.
Yeah, so to see her do that shit, the house be smelling really good. Sometimes we'll sit by like a fireplace or something, or whatever the case may be. But that's pretty much like our main traditions. But yeah, what about you? What you got?
Nothing. I'm just like, I just want to speed past to my birthday. My birthday's February, so I just want to, you know what I'm saying? But it's February 20th, so me and Rihanna got the same birthday. Shout out to sis.
Yeah, super shout out to her. Yeah, I got the same birthday. That's crazy.
Yeah, so and we got the same name, so I don't know. I just feel like I should be compensated. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I
She
just feel like I should, but I don't know. I'm working on that.
yeah,
But do you have a New Year's resolution? Because that's right after Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We got to start thinking about, how we want to be better in the new year. Do you have a resolution?
I'm trying to think. Man, I feel like the one I have now is that I'm not gonna wait on the new year to start, but definitely like I could love myself more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's definitely like a thing that I'm gonna carry out through the rest of the year, and that could just be like speaking more life into myself, or like how I just did with the shirt. Like I don't think people are like buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? It should. I could have said that. You know what I'm saying? A better way, a more positive way. You know. And yeah, just like not inflicting so much like doubt on myself and a lot of things. Because I think that's one thing as an artist that you do gain. Sometimes you do gain a lot of doubt when it's like you putting things out that you think are good, and then people either receive it how you wanted them to, or don't receive it at all. Or it's like people, or you don't be appreciative of what you're getting or who's receiving it. I think for me, my biggest issue has been how do I grow? But I've been consistent and I've been getting better. But like trying to reach new people, and it could be like your issue could be is getting not put in front of people who would listen, or I don't know, or a more positive way, God, you ask God for things, and then He's preparing you to be ready for those things, and it's just like you may think you have it all, but it's like, okay, you got the star quality, you can write songs, you can perform on stage, but maybe not saying by myself, but maybe like you don't take criticism well. So like a comment might fuck you up and just ruin your whole month, and now you music no more. So I think every day I just try to like be thankful of like the process and the journey, and then just continue to like try to ask God like, what is it left that I don't have yet that you could show me so I could like aggressively work on it, because I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, amen to having a relationship with God. Okay.
Yeah, and I was reading this. Well, I don't read, but I listen to audiobooks.
You
And
better read.
I was listening to this audiobook about manifestation, and it was talking about how you shouldn't like manifest and come to God, manifest and or come to God from a place of desperation. You should always come gratitude, you know what I'm saying?
Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want more money. I'm happy I got this $12. But $12. Can you give me like 1,200? You know what
you
I'm saying?
feel me?
Yeah, so I think
Absolutely. No, I love that. I'm very big on manifestations and affirmations and speaking positive into your life, into your mental. I love that 100%. I think that's a big thing for creatives, because we get very caught up in our shit, and there's times where we feel like, right, it's not good enough, or I could be doing this, I could be doing that. So you do have to give that self reassurance, like whatever. My daily affirmation is you the best. Like I say that to myself whenever I'm like getting real frustrated. You the best, G. Chill out. You the best.
Yeah.
So I love that you mentioned that, because people don't know them affirmations and manifestations.
Just as much like negative thoughts can bring you down, positive thoughts. It's just like
uplift you.
For some reason, it's easier to see negative thoughts. Like you ever just be in a daze, you just thinking of negative shit.
Okay, ready to kill. Now you ready to go to jail. You thinking about how you gonna get out, and why are you going to jail anyway? So
exactly. You know what I'm saying? You could have just solved it by just like catching it in the moment, which is like something I'm doing. Like so, I've been taking a lot of recommendations on like books of to help manifest and to have better positive thinking. Audiobooks. I like to listen to things. That's how I like mainly retain. And my next album that I'm gonna drop in the spring is called Moments in Desire, and it's basically just about, I would say, like attacking things that I manifest. It's already done. It's already recorded, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like higher up things. It could be like, damn, I see this girl across the room, like. I want this. Like I want her to know that I see her, and I want to like, be a part of her life and get to know her. I'm gonna go walk over there. Or it could be like, I'm living in a household where I feel like I don't get a lot of love and support. So I'm gonna leave Chicago for 3 months and then go somewhere else where somebody else, is giving me more love and appreciation just to build myself back up. Because the desire is wanting to feel love and appreciated and seen, you know what I'm saying? So basically just about all of those moments that I desire to do something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely. I love it. I feel you with that. Sometimes you got to go somewhere where the people really do give you the love that you deserve every now and then to remind you why you need to do the shit. Like,
exactly.
You dropping gems. I love it, Cassius. I love it. Now, I do gotta real quick mention this because I see you a Kappa man.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the shoulder. I seen the Kappa man thing.
Yeah.
We ain't got to get into all the experiences, but how do you feel like, being a part of that, brotherhood in a sense really helped mold you into the man that you are today? Because a lot of people kind of, shit on fraternities and sororities and things, but I went to college too. I know that's a very positive experience. So
yeah, I think as far as like people shitting on it before I say like, how it's helped me, I think in Black culture there are so many subcultures, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, sometimes Black people feel like if they not a part of it, it's just easy to talk shit about it. You know what I'm saying? It could be, it doesn't have to be Greek life. Think about gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? About somebody who's on the straight and narrow, lives like in a perfectly nice vision suburb, and then they don't understand that like, okay, maybe this guy joined this gang because the love he was looking for at home he ain't have. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened to be he had to do certain things to get love, but we don't talk about, I guess emotional things that men need is kind of like always swept under the rug or kind of like ignored or like, man, you'll be all right type shit. And I feel like being, you know what I'm saying, being in a fraternity, I always had that support. You feel me? And it's not to say I didn't have that support before, but I think like the support is just different, just to know that like no matter what, I share a bond with a lot of people across the country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In my own subculture of being Black, aside from just being Black, sometimes being Black ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to like look out for you, And I ain't gonna lie, I've gotten a lot of like opportunities, you know what I'm saying, for just being a noobs. And I think that I've also have been able to give people opportunities as well. And I think it doesn't even necessarily have to be like another like fraternity brother. Like I gave him opportunity. It could be like, I did a lot of volunteer work. So it's like, okay, there were like kids in high school who had a lot of issues that were going on and they would talk to me about shit, So I gave some opportunity to be like, you know what, like I'm a, you know what I'm saying, do what he advised me to do because I look up to this person, you know what I'm saying? But without the influence of the fraternity, I might not have been able to reach that person because it's kind of like at that point I'm just another Black person. Everybody in our subculture sometimes just needs that face. You feel me? Something that's like, imagine, okay, like if NBA players came to talk to like high school students, they might not be like celebrity NBA players. They might be on the bench, but they part of the NBA. Like that face NBA, that, you know what I'm saying, easy to attain the attention of certain people, or whoever, and I think like, just thankful for that, that platform. So, to be able to help people out. So yeah.
Thanks. I love it. I can definitely see that you are a Kappa man for sure. I didn't know obviously until I did my research, but the demeanor, you got that smoothness to you for sure. But I love that aspect about it because a lot of people don't think about the bigger picture with that. I wanted to be Delta so bad. I didn't pledge, but I get the whole concept of just that brotherhood and having a different type of family.
Yeah,
I feel like that's so big for Black people and Black fraternity. It's nothing like it. I'm sorry, it's nothing like that shit.
Have band fraternities too. It's like that's another, subculture within the Black community. Like, they go through things and have bonds that we don't. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it's just like another family. Like I have like a blood family. I got my block. You know what I'm saying? I got them. So and I don't want to say I'm like a different person around each one, but I learned something different about myself to become who I am. So
I love that. What school did you go to, by the way, if we can?
Michigan University. So
okay.
From Detroit.
Shout out to you. What's your degree in? My
degree is in broadcast and cinematic arts. It's like an umbrella term,
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
broadcast journalism, so I know.
Okay, see, so yeah, basically, I did the broadcast stuff, but I didn't do the journalism stuff as much. My stuff,
Okay.
I mostly did like I said, cinematic arts. So I did audio engineering, video production,
Nice.
advertising. So
Okay.
why I'm so good at like marketing myself, um, not because that they gave me like I learned like technical skills, like certain things that people like to the brain are like, you know what I'm saying? Or I learned how to like copyright, you know what I'm saying? Basically,
Yeah.
you know, I learned shit like that. So
Right.
I know how to, so if I talk in videos, I know how to say things in a way where, you know, you at least watch some of it. You know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
real could be 30 seconds or a minute. That's the same as a commercial. You just trying to
Absolutely.
watch 15 seconds. So
Absolutely.
my first 15 seconds, I already know it's like out the park, great. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's dope. I love it. I love Black and Educated, okay? Don't y'all I know they've been trying to wean y'all off of the college, but listen,
and you
there's some
know,
things you can learn in college that you're just not gonna get nowhere else.
yeah,
So I love that. I love that.
yeah, I
I
appreciate
love that. Dope. So
it.
I mean, what's coming in the future for Cassius Tae? Are we gonna get a clothing line next? You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing your modeling thing, you got the clothes out, you've been doing that. What's
Yeah,
happening next for Cassius Tae?
I think a clothing line would be crazy. Like, I mean, I always
Like
have,
I can real life see that shit.
bro. Man, I always wanted my own line. That's
I
another
would
thing.
wear your stuff.
I appreciate that because I think, man, like, I feel like I would make so much. I would make really good women's clothes. I can confidently say
Really?
yes because I feel like a lot of my friends that are women, they come to me for like fashion advice or what to wear advice, just as much as like my homies do. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like
Mm-hmm.
different. The only thing I can say that I can't do when it comes to like women, I have to see it on. I can't like because a lot of women's clothes be dainty, so I can't pick the shit up and be like, oh, I could see how that could look good because I don't really know what it is. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, I like this fit. Maybe you know what I'm saying. If you did this shoe, these shoes, if you did like this coat, or you know, do that purchase instead of that one. You know.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely feel like you know my line would be crazy. But
Facts.
what's next? So far, yeah, my album, Alone in Blue was just kind of like an in between before the album. So my album will be coming out. Start the rollout in February. I got another video from Alone in Blue Hour. I shot a video for Trouble that I'm gonna be putting out. I really want to shoot a video for Don't Move Too Fast. That's like another one of my favorite songs from Alone in Blue.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm trying to wrap everything up this year so it doesn't like bleed into like this promo of this album, you know? But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much like as far as like what I know, you know, until like God gives me another opportunity for something. But yeah, as of now, that's what I'm
Facts.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we loving it. The people are loving it for sure. Like I said, I'm a fan. So I'm gonna be anticipating, the album dropping. I mean, is it gonna be like February 20th or the 14th or like the end of February or
Far as like the first single goes, what I'm looking to do is either release it like the last week of January, going into Valentine's Day, and then the video a couple days after Valentine's Day, just because I don't want like a video that can only live in like a certain day.
yeah. I just like the 20th is a good date. I just feel like that's a
I'm
good
gonna
date.
tell you something, but I don't want
I'm just playing.
to steal the day. So look, although I know your birthday is the 20th.
I'm like,
You know, I don't want anybody to steal my ideas, but I'm
oh,
releasing the video on the 22nd because it's going to be
okay.
22, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
true. That's symbolic right there.
Exactly. So just kind of just, I think, people look at angel numbers and, look at them as guides for like manifesting and
Yeah.
things what to do. And I feel like, well, for me to make an album about that, what better way to just kick it off on a day like that. So, yeah.
Okay. You didn't did all the angel number shit. All right. I'm gonna give you that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna argue with that.
But
You
we gonna
right.
find a way.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
We gonna make sure.
You didn't threw that. You didn't threw that out there. Well, I can't really argue with that shit now. Yeah, do it on the 22nd.
What you doing for your birthday?
Shit, no, I don't know.
You should
I'll be 29, so I don't know.
Man, come to Chicago. I don't know what the weather gonna be like because that's like
right. It's a hit or miss. Some years it's nice on my birthday because it's towards the end of February. Some years it's not. So I don't know. The juice we might do a soiree for Robin E. That would be lit. You know, if I could do a small, intimate, fake small party.
Yeah. Yeah, if y'all got enough room and I'm on the list, I'll definitely slide.
Now come on now. You know you gang now. Come on through. Come on through. No, but I love that though. I'm excited to see, you do your thing next year. Are you gonna have any more performances coming up soon? Like,
man, I would definitely hope so. This is this is the least amount I perform. Probably since I started performing, like 2019, I would do like 3 or 4 shows a week easily.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel robbed. I feel robbed.
Just busy. But now it's kind of like quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Because I feel like whenever I do a show now, it'd be like a lot of people. But I don't really know what my next show is gonna be. It's crazy. I used to always just know. But the thing I was gonna say that's crazy. I mean, obviously you know this. It took me a minute to peek. How you and Rihanna's birthday is the same day. Feel different, but this shit is still fly. She has to find a way to give you a gift or something like.
That's what I'm saying. We got the same name. We got the same birthday. We Pisces women,
I owe you 50. That's how I feel at this point.
I just want Rihanna to smoke with me. That's all I want. She ain't even got to give me shit. If she could just take time out of her life to come and roll up with me.
Yeah, that's probably a much easier gift.
Yeah, bitch, teach me the game.
Exactly.
Shit, teach me the game.
That's all, what I'm saying, niggas in Chicago be wanting, what I'm saying, free game to just know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's enough money for everybody. It's enough opportunity for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you figured out a blueprint, to some extent, you should tell other people different routes that they can go to maybe get to the next level. That's just me. I don't know.
Yeah. Man, but I do have a question for you. I don't know how long it's supposed to be.
Okay, go ahead.
I always want to know. So what is like, by me having like a theme of color, what is the theme behind purple?
So purple to me is a very calming, relaxing color. But on the flip side, it kind of reminds me of like Venus, the planet, womanly. It's kind of a reminder to let you know that this is a sacred space dedicated to a woman, or a woman is running this space in a sense. Right. So purple is just very feminine to me. It's just a very feminine color. It's not my favorite color, which is crazy, but it just felt like a good color to go with Pillow Talk,
Yeah, so. I agree. Yeah. Favorite color. So anytime, I see purple, I always automatically feel connected.
Oh, yes. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Inspired. I love it. Well, yeah, it's purple. But no, I appreciate you, Cassius, for coming on the show. Like I said, like I tell people, you're one of my favorite artists in the Midwest right now. Not just Chicago, in the whole Midwest. So I anticipate, your album dropping and just visuals and definitely seeing you perform. But I think that you have a very, direct way as far as your brand on how to kind of push music in a different direction. And we need that shit right now. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? It's a very lot of viral things going on. And to me, you're putting out music that is timeless, music that I'm going to listen to 10, 20 years from now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think that's
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. All I could do is just be like grateful for the moments that I am able to make music, and people I've met along the way like you. So it's like whenever I have a video that my next video where it's like involves like people, like a lot of people, I'm definitely hitting you up first. Like,
okay, because I got on your ass earlier. You better hit me up.
Definitely hitting you up.
You better hit me up.
Yeah,
Because I will pull up. You feel me?
I gotta figure out how to come out to Gurney one time too.
Come on, Cassius. I got my videographer. He told me he tried to reach out because he wanted to shoot you up. I'm telling you, we thirsty. We've been talking about you since he was with me at the Ethero Noon. Yeah, so he saw you then. So hey man, you need to take some time out of your life and just come out here for a day. We will show you a good time and let him flick you up and do that.
I'm gonna have to do that for real.
For real. We support you. We here in the suburbs and we rocking with you for sure.
I appreciate that. I was definitely going. He wanted to do that. I'm like, dang, I ain't gonna be there. But either way, I appreciate the opportunity to be on here. Like,
thanks. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming on Pillow Talk for sure. Like I said, you're one of my favorite artists. So definitely keep me in the loop with what's going on so I can promote it and share it and be there because I support 100%. Okay, 100%.
Thank you.
Yes. Now y'all see his IG scrolling, so make sure y'all tap in with my boy Cassius Tae, man. He is definitely one of Chicago's finest, Midwest finest, if I will. Alone in the Blue Hour is on Apple. It's everywhere as well, man. Make sure y'all run up Wave Runner as well. One of my favorite videos of the year too. Make sure y'all tap in with my boy for sure, man. Okay.
So much, man.
Of course. Yeah. Appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight, man. Make sure y'all share and subscribe to Pillow Talk Podcast, streaming everywhere, including iHeartRadio. As always, sending love and light to everybody, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.